Hey, what's up guys, DBZonic here. And you know, with the semi-success that was Silent Hill F and the announcement of Resident Evil 9 coming about, I thought it was about time we finally put this debate to rest. There's probably a few people that have talked about this before, but I'm going to put it completely to rest. Let's have a look at what's possibly not only the main characters, but the most popular characters of both of these incredible franchises. So yes, James Sunderland from Silent Hill versus Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil is not even close. And let me tell you exactly why. For the purpose of this video, I will be using these guys from the remake version of their stories, but I will briefly touch upon some of their feats and abilities from the original story. But with that being said, let's get into it, shall we? First of all, as always, is strength, and yeah, I feel like you guys should know the answer to this. Bare minimum, according to certain research, both of these characters are supposed to be wall level to possibly small building level, but James is only bare minimum wall level. He's somewhat physically comparable, if not slightly superior to Harry Mason, who can kill most of the Silent Hill monsters with multiple hits of melee weapons, and can also kill a vast majority of the Silent Hill monsters with his 2x4 and his iron pipe. But it takes a lot of attacks to do it, but still the fact that he can do it shows he is pretty strong. And he's also slightly comparable to creatures that can break through incredibly strong glass and through some small walls. He's got athletic level human lifting strength, and he has roughly wall level striking strength, seeing how his stomps can instantly kill many of the monsters who can also break through walls and other types of building materials. So he is pretty strong, but comparing that to Leon, yeah, it's not even close. Sure, Leon back in Resident Evil 2 did struggle against zombies and zombie dogs, but he can handle them with enough practice, and again, that was his first outing. Whereas in Resident Evil 4, yeah, most of the regular people are not a challenge. While some of them can grab him and pick him up, showing incredible near superhuman to peak level strength, he can still overpower them with martial arts, his knives, and any of his firearms. Not to mention, it only takes a few hits from his knife to kill most of the enemies, especially in Resident Evil 4. He has peak human level lifting strength. While he can struggle against some enhanced zombies who have incredible strength, he is able to push a cart with a dead cow in it, and most cows almost anywhere in the European region can weigh anywhere from 400 to 800 pounds. That's heavy. He's pushing that in an iron cart, which are also really heavy. And in terms of striking strength, he's anywhere from wall level to wall level plus, given the fact that he can deal damage in terms of striking strength comparable to creatures like Mr. X, William Birkin, and even the Big Cheese. Not to mention, even if you compare them to the really strong enemies like Pyramid Head, or even the strongest Leon has ever faced in terms of being mostly human, the Big Cheese, or even Krauser, while Pyramid Head is really strong, being able to throw around that giant hunk of iron that he calls a machete, which is more like a gigantic fucking off-brand Buster Sword, and he can break through doors, glass, and small walls, and as shown, he can overpower James. The only reason James managed to eventually beat him was not due to some arbitrary power-up or because he suddenly just got good. No, thematically, based on the story, the only reason Pyramid Head is stronger than James is because he is a metaphysical manifestation of his inner guilt. So Pyramid Head is literally a punisher for James. That is what he mentally thinks someone should look like if they were to punish him for his, well, horrible ways. Whereas Leon doesn't have to deal with any metaphysical bullshit. He deals with actually physically stronger creatures, and has not only survived many of their onslaughts, he has straight up just beaten them using strategy and overall just being really good at his job. So I'm sorry, Silent Hill fans, but Leon is stronger. And now look at speed, and yeah, this is also not even close. Bare minimum for James Sunderland. He's like athletic human level in terms of speed. He can outrun many of the monsters, the below average human, while wielding a great knife and some supersonic level attacks using a rifle, giving him roughly 800 meters per second movement or reaction speed. So he has anywhere from peak human human to maybe some subsonic levels of movement and dodge ability, but that is just laughable. Leon Kennedy alone has peak human combat speed and reaction speed. He definitely has some supersonic attack speeds with his guns and his knife skills. He literally kept up with Krauser, who is really freaking fast and basically can jump from platform to platform in a near second. Not to mention, he has dodged lasers. Sure, they weren't moving at the actual speed of light because it's only so fast a little machine light bulb can move, but the fact that he's able to react to them and maneuver around them like he's reenacted a scene from the Matrix shows he has anywhere from relativistic plus to as low as sub-relativistic. He's not exactly light speed, but he's so damn close that he might as well almost have it. So yeah, speed is definitely in Leon's favor, no arguments. And in terms of fighting, yeah, this is just laughable. The best James has is mastery over certain weapons, which is surprising seeing how he's just the average dude. Literally, he's just meant to be a normal guy. Whereas Leon, thanks to Resident Evil 4, he is an expert in hand-to-hand combat, a master marksman, he has some stealth mastery, he can use any vehicle he gets his hands on, he has heat-defying manipulation via the flamethrower and grenades, and he can heal himself via herbs and first aid sprays. And that's something Leon has over James if we allow healing items. Sure, James has something like bandages and syringes, but they are very scarce. Leon can pretty much pick up any freaking plant he wants and heals himself pretty much instantaneously. So yeah, Leon has better healing, better fighting skills, and fighting skills can also tie neatly into their weapons, which also is a joke. The best James has is his 2x4 wooden plank, his metal pipe, a couple of firearms such as his pistol, I think he has a magnum, sometimes a shotgun, he did have a chainsaw at one point, and he did use Pyramid Head's great knife, and he used a spear at one point, which, yeah, that's pretty cool that he can lift Pyramid Head's great knife, but I think that, again, that was more of a thematic point where he believes in himself and stops punishing himself, and that's why he's able to do it. It's not really him actually being physically strong. Don't forget, Silent Hill is a metaphysical world. None of it is actually real. Whereas Leon, oh boy the amount of stuff he has. He has knives, he has his Matilda, his M19 handgun, his Lightning Hawk Magnum, which is a 45, his W870 shotgun, he has a bow, he has a chemical flamethrower, he has flash grenades, stun grenades, regular grenades, incendiary grenades. Again, he has his herbs and first aid spray. Also, he can pretty much turn almost any weapon from an enemy against themselves. He is incredibly strategic. So yeah, I'm sorry, James is absolutely trounced, both in terms of fighting skill and in terms of the weapons they can use. Moving on to their durability, and it should be pretty friggin' obvious who's better. Whereas James is about wall level to maybe small building level, seeming how he survived attacks from Pyramid Head, which tore down a fence and knocked him off the roof of a building into several stories of brick. And he can take multiple drops down from pits, so deep that you can't see the bottom, so he has some pretty good durability. But comparing that to Leon, and yeah, remember what I told you? He is a tank. He also has wall level to even in building level plus levels of durability. He has taken blows from William Birkin back in his first outing, who grabbed him and slammed him into a metal walkway, which warped and broke it. He also took blows from Tyrant T-103, aka Mr. X, who broke a large chunk of reinforced concrete debris, and he's also been tossed through walls and hurt thanks to the Big Cheese, and has been knocked through walls while battling against Krauser. Also, he got booted across the room by Mendez one time and survived a punch from Mendez and got kicked a large distance by Krauser. Yeah, he has a huge level of durability. It's crazy to believe. So yeah, it's not a competition. Durability goes to Leon. And in terms of their powers and abilities, they technically don't have any because these guys are just supposed to be human. But let's just go over what they technically speaking do have thanks to what we discovered. James has superhuman physical characteristics, weapon mastery, limited light manipulation with the flashlight, he has healing with his first aid kit, health drink, and the ampulle, also those damn syringes, and that's really about it. Whereas Leon, oh boy, he has superhuman physical characteristics, he's an expert in hand-to-hand combat, maximum marksman, stealth mastery, vehicular mastery, heat manipulation, healing, he has damage reduction thanks to other types of herbs, he has explosion creation, status effect, inducement, sound manipulation, He has acid manipulation and corrosion inducement. He has resistance to disease and manipulation via green herbs. He can also fight off against the Las Plagas in his body slowly taking control of him. Sure, eventually he had to get it out, but the fact that he lasted long enough on a couple of pills and a good sleep just proves that he is incredibly durable. He also has biological manipulation and poison manipulation via the specific herbs. Seriously, those herbs are just a godsend. And here is a big thing that distinguishes the two of them. In terms of weaknesses, yeah, if you think that James somehow could just survive anything once he believes in himself, yeah, that's technically still not true. He still can get absolutely manhandled with a single swipe of that giant machete from, well, Pyramid Head. Seriously, that great knife size and weight, he cannot wield and use it without incredible difficulty, so he's not insanely strong, and it can easily kill him. But there are absolutely no noticeable weaknesses for Leon, other than possibly being poisoned by certain creatures and being infected by plagues. In a fight against James, that's not going to happen at all. And with the amount of different herbs and first aid sprays, he just has everything he needs against this fight. So let's go over everything. He is stronger, faster, better at hand-to-hand combat, he's more durable, has better weapons, has better powers and abilities, has no noticeable weaknesses, and while James scales anywhere from wall to small building level, Leon is wall level plus to small building level plus. This fight could be considered slightly closer if we just used Leon from Resident Evil 2, but seeing how I said specifically the remake version, we also have to include the Resident Evil 4 remake, and in that Leon absolutely trouses any hopes James has at winning. Leon just absolutely beats him in every way possible, and there's just nothing to this. This fight was probably never close, even back with their original variants. In every way imaginable, while James is surprisingly well adapted to many things, you have to remember, he is just your average person. He is nothing overly special, whereas Leon has been trained to be a police officer pretty much his whole life, and then became a special secret agent for the President of the United States. While he didn't completely survive Raccoon City completely by himself and didn't completely survive all of it by himself, there were technically speaking 3 survivors, one of them being Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield. We can definitely establish that, along with Ada Wong eventually surviving due to whatever reason it may be. And while Ada definitely did help Leon throughout Resident Evil 4, he pretty much went through the whole thing by himself and did really darn well. So I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, but Silent Hill is not winning this fight. The winner between Leon Kennedy and James Sunderland from the remakes and even from the originals is pretty clear. Leon wins by a landslide. If I was to give this a ranking, I would say this is literally low to no difficulty. James might get somewhat close in terms of physical strength and maybe speed, but Leon is just so much faster, so much stronger, way more durable, has way better weapons, has way better ways of healing. It's just, he's better in every way. It's literally a highly trained police officer who becomes a secret agent versus just a dude. What do you think is gonna happen? But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you would like to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification gong so you always see everything I'm doing. Guys, suggestions, leave in the comments below. I hope you look forward to the next video I'm doing. I don't know if I'm gonna do more than 3 or not, but this is a very special treat for you guys. So I hope you guys love these videos and give me the support I need, because I'm trying to make a big comeback to YouTube. With that being said, stay awesome, and as always, a Dragon Fist. Hiya!